All right, good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Starting here. First, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first training 25. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Tracy Burnside for giving us some delicious little Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So those are going to be in the back for you guys. But we're here all here to see the star of the show, Miss Linda Pope. She's going to go over you guys the different disc profiles. You guys see balloons up. She's going to talk to you why there are colorful balloons up in the air and kind of rearrange you guys. So don't get too comfortable in your seats as Linda goes through it and talk to you guys about the different profiles to help you guys build your business better, be able to communicate with your clients in the correct format. So that, hey, you know, yes, well, Linda will talk to you about more like specifics about that. But yeah, without further ado,
Good morning. Good morning. And this is our broker, Mr. Derek.
Let me say something real quick. I'm on the run, but I wanted to make sure that you guys know what she's going to share is super valuable. If you've attended the previous one, you already know, but if you haven't, you should be excited because what she's going to go over has totally changed my life. We've talked about this. We have so much in common. It's crazy, but I learned about this in 2004 and started applying it, and I think it has really contributed to a lot of the results that I've had. And what's really cool about what she's going to share with you guys is that it just doesn't help you become a better agent. It will help you if you apply to become a better spouse, better friend, and everything else. Really just help you just to communicate within a way that people receive it. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to communicate to someone and they didn't receive it how you wanted. You're like, man, my intentions were good, my heart was good, or they're not getting it. This is going to help solve that problem. So give her your love, give her your attention, and thank you for doing this. Obviously, we're not paying her. This is pro bono. She's doing it honestly because she just wanted to give back to the office. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely.
Oh, we're going to click or do you want?
Oh, I'll click. How do I click though?
Just right here.
Okay, this one. All right. Okay, we'll stay on this. So, as you mentioned, my name is Linda Pope. If you guys don't know me, I've been a licensed realtor 9 years. I actually thought it was 10, but I officially looked it up, and in February, my 9-year anniversary is coming up. So I've just been slow and steady in my career. There hasn't been like this huge growth at one point and another, but if you were to look at my numbers, you would just see them slow and steady. So what else about me? I love being the center of attention, and which is why I had to learn about the disc profile, because in my listing appointments, I wanted to be the center of attention. In my buyer's appointments, I wanted to be the center of attention, and I saw a lot of fallout with that. So I had to pivot my natural personality to an adaptable personality, which we'll learn more about, in order to actually be more successful in my career. Does that sound anything like yourself? I mean, it may not be you want to be the center of attention, but you do have a natural personality. Anybody doing something in their appointments that they're like, wow, this isn't being received well, just like what Derek was saying? Maybe any crazy stories any of you have? Nothing. I mean, Adria burned down a house, but you know, true story. So, well, let me ask, has anybody done the disc profile, like officially done it? Okay, so do you know what you are? What are you? Well, I know what you are. Let's talk. We're going to get back to her, but who else raised their hand? Who else raised that on this side? Okay, D, what is your primary? D. Okay, all right. Anybody else? You said you did it?
Said I wasn't even mixed it up.
Okay.
Not very helpful.
Which speaking of that, we all have a little bit of each one of these, and we're going to get into the definition of each one. But like for me, I have to put I talk with my hands. I'm an I and a D, and then there's S, C. So, but everybody has a little bit of each portion of the disc profile. So our goals today: what operational style do you win with, and what style do you struggle with? So for myself, I win with I all day long. I all day long. And D is a secondary. If you are an SC personality, forget it. I might as well just not even go to your appointment if I haven't learned this, because I struggle with it. So if you can master the art of understanding people, including yourself, including yourself, you will bring your business to a higher level, increasing your conversion rate. And what I mean by understanding yourself is what I just said. I love being the center of attention, but that is also killing my career. So if I cannot see that, I'm not going to be successful. So you have to be able to understand yourself in this. Also, so with disc styles, you might feel like, well, that's going to make me feel uncomfortable. But you know, we've heard the quote that says, "Great things never come from comfort zones." So the idea is you want to grow. You want to grow, right? We're not here to stay in the same place. Okay. So what is my definition of what the DISC assessment is? It's a personality assessment that's going to help people understand their own behaviors, so yourself, and how to interact with others. So if you can identify who's across from you, so if I am working with Jacqueline, if I can identify what she is and who is across from the table, there's going to be a higher level of success, but you're also going to need to adapt to communicate how they need, not how I need, how this person needs. Because if I'm sitting there being I, center of attention, I'm going to hit a wall constantly. So I need to adapt to communicate how Jacqueline needs me to. Okay. So, also, if you are, I definitely recommend you to take the test for sure. And when you take the test, which there's a lot of different people, John Maxwell, Tony Robbins, I'm sure, George, you have the test, correct?
It's
So
in,
it's in Wynn University. So take the test. But when you take the test, be honest with yourself, because I see myself differently than who I really am. So if you're going to take the test based on the realtor you want to be, you're not going to get the right results. So just be honest with yourself so you can change some of the behaviors and your natural default. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So D, red flag, dominant personality. So who in here knows hands down they're a D? Tracy, Adria is who's left the room. Jacqueline. Okay, so only 10% of the population is actually a D personality. And again, be honest with yourself when you are doing that assessment, because like I said, I'm an I and right behind me is the D, but my natural personality all day long is going to be that I. So D comes into play when I need it to come. It needed to come into play. S and C, I don't know, they're dead in me. But it's not like the S and C are wrong. You know, there's really no wrong personality. And while I'm going through this, if you're like, wow, Linda doesn't really like S and C personality, that's not true. I'm married to an S personality. Opposites attract. We naturally are attracted to opposites. There's no wrong. Don't be hurt or offended by what I'm saying. You just need to adapt differently, especially in this industry, because yeah, we'll get to that. So D dominant, we have a couple people, only 10% of the population is that. So what are D personalities? They're driven, they're direct, decisive, strong-willed, self-confident, daring, determined, fast-paced. Okay. So what motivates D personalities? What motivates you? As your D person. Okay, so let me say this. D personalities are naturally motivated by power, authority, competition, winning, success. So if I said, okay, we're going to compete, Jacqueline, wouldn't you be like, it's on, right? Versus if I said that to maybe a S or a C personality. My husband is S and he would be like, oh, fine, whatever. I don't care. You're like, yeah. So you're very motivated by that power, that authority, that competition, winning, correct? Anybody, Tracy, would you say you agree with that? Or is there something else that motivates you? Or yeah, yes.
I think results, they want to see, like, they want it fast, they want it quick, and they want results, like, cut
Mm.
everything out. Tell me what you can do for me and get it done.
Right. Yeah. Right, exactly. Very, very much so. So, all right. Influential. So 25% of the population is I personality. What percentage of realtors are I personality? Anybody know? What percentage of realtors were you? Okay. Does anyone know the percentage or want to take a guess of what? 90? 95? Okay, it's actually 60%. But again, remember what I said, I'm I and then D. So you might be S and then I right behind it. So this might be your natural, but it's very, very right behind you, that I. So there's a large majority of realtors. In fact, if you take the test, it gives you a suggestion on all of these, what you should be when you grow up. It says what jobs you will thrive in. And on I, one of the top ones is real estate. So a lot of I's and a lot of trouble. So I style, you are charming, you are collaborative, you are energizing, you are trusting. I trust people immediately, and it's a bad quality as much as it's a good quality. Enthusiastic, impulsive, optimistic, and persuasive, very persuasive. So the things that motivate I personalities is recognition, social recognition is really important. Social acceptance, social interaction. So if you were to tell me, hey, Linda, if you get this listing, I am going to put out a huge video on you and give you an award. Done. Like, I want to have that social recognition. Who in here is an I personality? What would you say motivates you? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That doesn't, I'm not gonna count you as a full I. Who else? I mean, 60% of realtors are I, so I know there's gotta be more I's in here. Nobody else is an I. Wow, okay. Yeah, I know. I'll take all the I'll absorb it all. I. S is steady. Okay, so this is the largest majority of the population. 35% of people are S for steady. So my husband is all S, all S. He's, has to use he's very routine. He so the same towel in the morning, have to wash it, then put it back. Like very, very steady. No matter if he is winning a golf game or losing a golf game, he's going to have the same personality, same, steady. Who's an S in this room? Anybody? Nobody's nothing in this room. Oh, calm, patient, predictable, deliberate, stable, warm, passive, loyal, huge loyalty with S people to their detriment. You can like torture these people. I could do anything to my husband and he is loyal. But however, they're also very predictable. So when it comes to real estate, it's super obvious when they're just like da, 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 da. You can predict their next move. Okay, so who's an S? Still nobody? Oh my gosh. So the things that motivate that S style, that steady personality is stable environments, appreciation. So I tell my husband, thank you, I appreciate you, thank you, I appreciate you, thank you, I appreciate you 100 times a day because he loves it. He loves it and showing that thankfulness, showing that appreciation. They are very, very motivated for that. They also have to have a need for helpfulness. So he does not mind that honeydew list. He may mind it. But yeah, he does mind it, but he's willing to do it. And then if I appreciate that he's doing it, they're very steady. Okay. C, compliant, very compliant. So yes. Okay, I'm going to put these up here while I say so 30% of the population is compliant. And like I said, 35% is S. So for me, when I did this class and I was like, 65% of the world, of my clients, of people that I will have in real estate are the exact opposite of who I am. How am I going to overcome that? Because I saw that fallout in my business. I saw it over and over and over again. So S and C are very, very common. If you are S and C in this business, congratulations, because you already have an edge over me. You already have an edge, because the style that I do not win with is C. I win with I win with D, and C is, S is a maybe. Okay. C, cautious, systematic, private, objective, analytical, diplomatic, accurate, and reserved. Nobody in here? Nobody? Okay, so what are they motivated by? Opportunities to use their expertise, opportunities to gain more knowledge. These are the people who loved school. They loved going to school, okay? They want quality and they want it done well. Did you guys ever watch Friends where Monica was like getting married and she had that notebook and it was color coded and tabs and like the whole thing? Okay, Monica Geller is this, okay? She is absolutely this. This guy back here is a C. So, all right. All right, so we all have weaknesses, right? And this is where my blind spots were and where I had to recognize to change my career. Because again, I'm hovering all day long in this yellow box. And all these people who are my clients, mostly these people, but all these people that are in there, I was having literally a 75% fallout rate. I was only retaining about 25%. And I track everything, everything. I know where I got the lead. I can tell you whether I retained the lead, whether I closed the lead. I know all of it. So this was a very real thing. We have weaknesses. E-style, win at all costs. Okay, I know many of us in this room will think of that realtor right now. They will not play by the rules and they will win at all costs, whether it's right, whether it's legal. And if you are a E personality, you sometimes have that weakness. Okay. I overpromise right there. I overpromise. I had a listing appointment. The client was very concerned about their septic tank. And they were telling me all the concerns. And instead of addressing it correctly, I told them, it's going to be fine. Your septic tank is going to pass. No problem. No big deal. Failed $9,000. It was a terrible situation. And I mega learned because my client was so upset, mainly because instead of educating my client, I overpromised my client. I had no idea about their septic tank. Terrible decision I made. Okay. S-style doesn't like change. So for you, when you are going into your buyer's consultation, your listing consultation, you have your natural ability and you do not want to change from that. And that is going to do what I was doing, only give you maybe a little bit more than 25%, but there's a lot of fallout because you don't want to change. You don't want to hear what your client is saying. Okay. C-style, afraid to make difficult decisions. In real estate, how fast we need to make decisions? Fast. And how often do we need to make those difficult decisions? All the time. So a C-style, you really are going to have to get out of your comfort zone to be able to make the difficult decision. That difficult decision may be having them sign a BRBC. That difficult decision may be just asking for them one time to sign the listing agreement. And if you're afraid to make that decision, there's a lot of fallout there. Okay. Now that we've done this and you guys are all heavy talkers in this room, is there anybody that now that you've learned a little bit about it that is like, okay, I think I'm this? Eric, what are you? Oh gosh. Oh.
Your worst nightmare.
I know. I'm scared of you. Here's the thing in regular life. Again, you marry someone most of the time, opposites attract. I am very good friends with Eric. I have no problem with him, but when he starts to get analytical, when he wants me to sell his house, woof, I'm going to send him to a C personality. Huh? Is there anybody who thought, you know what, I think I'm a D, but now that you've seen this, do you think you're something different than what you originally thought you are? You know you are. So, and no change of mind, you're okay. All right. Well, let's talk about our disc styles for our clients. So opposites attract for a reason, right? And we all attract people. Okay. So if I'm competing against Brandy, or if I'm competing against Christine, if I'm literally door knocking the same exact neighborhood, I promise you, I'm going to attract someone different than Brandy. I'm going to attract somebody different than Christine. Okay. But being that said, so we have that natural thing, but opposites attract to us. So what are we going to do? I'm going to have a lot of those SC personalities across from the table. So understanding everyone is built different, reacts different, you know, sells their house differently. You know, if we can't understand or don't understand how to talk to that client, that's going to cause problems, right? So you need to show up in the business basically differently. You need to be able to listen, okay? So let's decide what our clients are, okay? So if across from the table, I have a D style, they're going to act quickly, they're going to be decisive, they're going to be demanding. They want an agent who's going to be responsive, quick to act. They don't want the Monica Geller, I want to say phone book, notebook. They don't want that. Okay. This is a true story for me. 2 weeks ago, I got a call on the phone. Hi, I decided this morning I'm going to list my house to sell. I am interviewing agents today. Can you be here at 4 o'clock? All day long, in one sentence, I knew D personality, 100%. So do I show up to that appointment with only the material for the D personality? No. Yes, exactly. They may be the one that have talked to me, and now I've identified, okay, they're a D personality, but I need to show up ready to go because their spouse might be a C personality. Because guess what? Opposites attract. So I need all the data. I need all the information. I need everything. What is the comps? Okay. But automatically in one sentence, I know that they're a D style. So if I'm going to sit there, say they're single, only this person, say that guy said, okay, be there at 4. Yes, I'm going to be there at 4. If I come out with all the analytics of everything in that neighborhood and spend an hour, do you think I've gotten that? I have done a great job, but do you think I've gotten that listing appointment? No, no, because what do they want? Act quickly. They want me to be decisive, demanding. They don't care about the statistics of the neighborhood in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. They want to know when I can put the house on the market. So if you don't know, well, I'm going to go into that in a minute. Okay. I-style clients, they need to like you. They want to converse and build a relationship. They want an agent who is friendly, outgoing, and creative. Okay. With my client, the relationship is more important than how you are going to sell the house. They care whether, like, so when I'm walking through the house and I client, again, this is my forte. Oh, you are a Raiders fan. I love football. Oh, you play golf. My husband plays golf. I'm going to pick things that they are going to start feeling comfortable, relatable. And that fuzzy feeling they're going to have is 100% all day long. They care about that feeling more than they care about how do I market a property? What are the statistics for the area? So for an I personality client, you want them to, that relationship, you want to build a relationship with them. It's the most important thing. If I go again with a sign right here, here's the contract or all the analytics, they're going to be like, who are you? And they're not going to sign. Okay. Does that make sense? S personalities, that steady personality. They are already stressed out and overwhelmed by the idea that just the idea that they're going to buy or sell their house. Okay, so they are the peacekeepers. Okay, and they take on all that stress. So your job as a realtor, something I would say to them is, I'm going to do everything possible to make this a peaceful transaction for you. And I'm going to give examples. I'm going to offer my electrician, my HVAC. I'm going to help them clean their house, box up their house. I'm also going to ask questions that are needed, and I'm going to help them do. You want an agent who's loyal. Right here, it's huge to this personality. Okay, trustworthy, clear message. You may have to go into some of your data, your things that they want to know. They want to see your reviews. So like I would definitely, for an S person, have my reviews printed out and showing them, or give them a link to that maybe ahead of time. They want to see that you are a trustworthy person. Okay. Any questions on this stuff, right? We're going to have time for that. We're going to go into that. We're going to go into that. C style personality. They avoid small talk and charm. They ask a lot of questions. They want an agent who is organized, data-driven, pays attention to the details. So I'm going to provide a guidebook of everything that's going to happen through that transaction. I'm going to have comps. I'm going to have pictures. How many days on the market? How are they selling above list price? Are they going to sell below list? What is happening in the community? All of that on many papers to show them all of that. And I'm going to try not to talk over top. I'm making sure I am going over the data. Okay? So with C personalities, being accurate is more important than signing that listing agreement. Because if you are accurate, you will sign. Okay, if you're all over the place and they say, how many days on market? You don't. How many houses have sold in the neighborhood in the last 6 months? I don't know. They sell above list price. Did they sell below? If you have no idea, you are not going to get the job. This personality, you need all the data printed out for them, or send an email for them to print out. They will print it out. Okay? They are rule followers. They're the people in the well, right here. Okay, so rule following people. It's really, really important. Okay, we're going to get into how to find out who these people are, what to do. So any questions though on anything of that? We're gonna watch this little video right here.
Yeah. That's right there. You're doing it. I can't hear you there. Can't hear you there. No, actually, I can hear. Oh, my God, Mr. President. Oh, this is so painful. I can't move too. No, Barry, just move. You can do it. Just move. Oh, 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 wow. Okay, I will never take movement for granted ever again. Well, I was wrong. His brain really is.
Okay, so we want to be the person sitting there with the mind control, right? Wouldn't that be amazing if we could just sit there and be like, do you sign the listing agreement? So I know, but we want to do that. And if we can understand the person across the table from us, we actually have the ability to have that mind control. It looks creepy, it's a little crazy, but we're going to speak to them how they need to be spoken to. Okay. So how do we implement this? Number one, we're going to be intentional. So you need to stop. You need to listen. And you need to ask questions. Okay. So the example I gave you where I got a call and they said, I decided this morning I'm listing my house. I'm interviewing agents today. And then can you be here at 4 o'clock? If I would have said to them, well, let me gather some data and I'll be there. I can meet you on Wednesday or Thursday. What would have happened? Cross me off the list, right? So you have to be able to stop, listen, and ask questions. Now that phone call happened to be extremely revealing and not all are. So you can ask a question or ask questions to help reveal personality. Okay. Sometimes again, you have the opportunity in their home or whatever, you could pick up on something. An easy thing that I would be doing now, that would be a general conversation is, Happy New Year. How was your New Year, Jessica? Okay. So let's go through a couple of examples. If she said, it was good, thank you. When can you list my house? What personality is that? Okay. How's your New Year? Well, I had a bunch of friends over. We had wine. We conversated. We really felt happy together. What personality is that? I. Okay. If they were like, well, we stayed in, we feel like New Year's is such a dangerous place out there in the world. And we all brought different dishes, coordinated it, and we had a schedule with games and we watched the ball drop. Yeah, CRS. Okay, so you can ask them questions. And if they're not answering, likely they're more of a D personality. But they're going to add fluff if they're an I. They'll be more hesitant if they're an S. They're going to be very detailed if they're a C, like boring almost for my New Year's if I was doing that. But I mean, there's things you can do to ask questions. So what is a question you may, you can think of anything. What is a question you think would be good? Come on, people. What's a question you could ask? Yeah, any goals? Do you have any goals? Okay. And again, they're going to answer like I would go into great detail about it with you. That's a great one. So just pick things that are in the room, in the world, in the environment. Okay. Closer to Valentine's, closer to summer. Are you vacationing this year, George? Are you planning any vacations? Tell me about that. Oh, so you can keep going or you cannot. You can identify what's going on there. Does that make sense? Okay, so be intentional. Okay, you have to think before you speak. I don't think before I speak. So I had to implement this at a very high level to think before I speak. Okay, be intentional and think before you speak. So and remember, the person asking the questions in the room is the person in control. So if they are the ones that are asking you a lot of questions, you need to flip that because they're learning you. They're learning you. And yes, they need to interview you just as much as you need to interview them, but they're doing the job. You're not going to get that job because they're taking control. So you need to flip it. You need to flip it. Okay. You need to set standard. Okay. So for me, again, all day long, I walked into a listing appointment without paper, without prep, without anything. I mean, I've looked at comps, but I had it all in my head and it was all about me building the relationship. Remember, for an I personality, relationship is more important than anything. So, but then I was like, at the end of the day, I kind of want to make some money. Yikes. So I had to set standards. I had to bring in to my listing appointment, into my buyer's presentation, things for a D personality, I personality, C and S personality. Why? Because you're going to pull from that. Okay. I have that guidebook that I'm going to give to every single client, but I may or may not open it at all during that presentation. They may, that D personality is probably going to throw it in the trash. Okay. But if I have a C client, which is my weakness, it's my weakness, I now have a guidebook for myself in my weakness to go over. Okay, let's talk about what does a real estate transaction have? Okay, I have a book of all the comparables in the whole entire community. I can tell you how many days on market. I can tell you what's sold, if it's sold above market, if it's sold below market, all of those things. And I will go page by page. It will kill myself, but I will do it because it's my job. It's my job to do it. So do you see where I'm going with that? I'm going to set standards. I'm going to prepare as if I have all of them. If you don't know it already, you may already know it before you get there, but still the wife might be that other personality. So you're going to have to pull it out, okay? Always bring a contract. Always bring a contract. I recently just learned this lesson again. After 9 years of real estate, still learning lessons. I had somebody that I had identified as a D personality, but they said, I'm not going to sign. I'm not going to sign. Don't bring a contract. So I listened to them. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? So I didn't print it out. I didn't bring it. I did my whole presentation. And at the end of the presentation, I could tell they were ready to sign. And the husband, the wife was the one who was in contact with me. The husband was like, where's the contract? I'm kicking myself because I knew better. I knew better. So set standards, follow them. Set standards and follow them. But even if you think you know, it can change. And you need to be adaptable, thinking before you speak. Any questions on this, on implementation? Do you have any additional questions? Okay. Remember, ask them questions until you figure out what it is that's going on there. Okay. And there's always, most of the time, there's going to be a decision maker and then their partner, or a decision maker and whatever. So you may be more apt to go towards decision makers and that's maybe gear it more towards the, but be willing to take the personality on that. Any questions? Are you sure you have any questions? Okay, so now what style do you win with? What style do you win with? But right now, after this class, you're going to take the test. You're going to implement it. You're going to change your buyer consultations. You're going to change your listing consultations, and you are going to win with all styles. So what style do you struggle with? None. None. Because you're going to change. You're going to change your natural personality into an adaptive personality, and you're going to have all four of them. Jessica, earlier today was like, you're like, you. But she knows me in real estate world. She knows me from that. And it's not my natural, the way what we were talking about. And so every style is going to win with. And I can tell you from tracking my numbers, when I implemented doing this at a high level, and I really structured it, you have to be intentional with your appointments ahead of time. When I changed this, I went from I think I said 25% retention rate up to more like 75% retention rate on those clients. Why? Because I'm talking to them how they need to be talked to. I'm communicating what they need, not what I need, what they need. Okay, so C is still where I struggle, but I'm still going to win that one. Which style, where do you say like, that's the client I don't like? What clients don't you guys like? The D, you don't like D? What about, I saw a hand over here. D, okay, so C, I don't like C. I don't like C. Yeah, C, yeah. Right now I have a buyer and I'm about to give her to one of you guys. That's C personality. I'm like, no. So, but D, I love D all day long. But again, can I do C now? Yeah, I can do C. Yes. Yeah.
That type of thing. So I think I'll get along with all.
Well, oh yeah, for sure.
In my life, I do want a specific type of individual.
Yes. Yes. And in our partnerships, in our marriages, again, if my husband was a high I with a D, I mean, we would be probably fighting all day long, but he's an SC. Again, we mesh and we make it, it becomes a beautiful thing. It's also the thing that drives us crazy, right? So the attributes that we love the most are also the attributes that drive us the most crazy. So it is true that we can adapt and get along with almost everybody. And in friendship and in marriage, it may be different. Like I want all my clients to be I's or D's, the end. But it's not, the data shows me 65% of people are not going to be that. So am I going to lose 65% of my business? No. I am telling you, you guys listen to what I'm saying, because I'm telling you, you're going to walk into that listing appointment and you're going to kill it, because kill it in a bad way, because you're going to, we get nervous. I talk fast when I'm nervous. If I need to slow down, too bad. But if you are not prepared and you are not mentally preparing your mind and doing the things that you need to do, you're going to default, and then you're not going to get that listing, and you're going to be mad, and you'll be like, what did I do? And if you ask me, I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to tell you exactly what you did. So you have to train mind control. That guy on there, mind control. You have to train yourself. I had to implement things like the guidebook and my printing it out, and I hate paper. So it's a lot for me. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, this group, I don't know about this group, you guys are gonna stand up and you're gonna move to the quadrant of what you think your primary is. Okay, so D dominant, S steady, C yellow, no, D I, yeah, I'm like, wait, the I is yellow, the D is red, the S is blue, and the C. The red,
Oh, right.
warning. Yeah, this is S. This is S.
Yeah.
C is right here.
Oh.
S. Here it is. D red. I, S, C. C green. Are you gonna say S?
Between the C and an S.
My personality test is I'm almost equal with D. I'm looking more D. I'm
That's
opposite of
my,
D.
yes, and it's barely, I know. So I still, so, and so I am, and I still consider myself an I, even though the D is really, really close, because I is where I now, like if I'm, yeah, I'm drunk. Okay. That's when I'm only an I. Yeah. All right. Oh gosh. This poor guy over here. Only one. Okay. So, okay. Who am I going to put on the spot here? No, not you. Okay. We're going to do some role playing, not with Neil. We're not going to role play with him. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do D and C. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Christine up here. She's gonna be the listing agent, and Eric coming up here, and you are going to be selling your house. Okay. Okay. So do you want to do a phone call, or is this like in person?
Let's see what this.
Oh, a phone call? Okay, we're doing a phone call. So this isn't in person. Okay, so you are going to call her because you're looking for, yeah, you're looking for somebody to sell your house. I'll help you, Eric. I'll help you. Okay. Okay, Rick.
Hi, it's Christine.
Hi, Christine. My name is Eric. I was thinking about selling my house. I just want to go ahead and think about moving to a better place, and I want to know if you could help me with that.
Absolutely. What is the property address?
12345 Main Street.
Perfect. And how soon are you looking to?
Not too entirely sure. I'm just thinking like how fast is the market moving? Like, do you know anything about that?
Absolutely. We'll be able to help you with that. So you don't have a timeline. Do you know where you're gonna be moving to next?
Somewhere down the hill. I'm kind of tired of the high desert. You know, Victorville is kind of too much for me. You know, it's kind of ghetto.
You picked a location already or just?
Aren't you doing that?
somewhere-
And now you're doing the analytics. You're analyzing different cities, right?
Well, that's what I asked her. I was like, can you tell me what the market? I'm thinking somewhere nicer down the hill. You know, somewhere with low crime rate. You know?
Well, let's go ahead and schedule an appointment to see, what you're looking for. I have tomorrow at 5. Does 5 work tomorrow, or would you prefer weekend?
Probably the weekend. In the meantime, can you send me the first of like just to see like exactly what houses they're going for down there?
Absolutely.
Like,
Go
you
ahead.
know, how much of something it will be.
Yeah, go ahead and look at numbers. As far as you putting your home on the market, do you have a number of where you want to list?
You know, I listen to everything on Zillow. You know, Zillow is real. Everything on there. Zillow never lies. You know, so Zillow says like 500, and I have 1,000 square foot home. So
Okay, so you checked Zillow just to see what you're kind of looking at?
yeah,
Okay, perfect. And then what do you currently own the property?
I probably owe like 200. I've owned it for like 10 years. I think. I don't know.
Okay. So
You know, you are analytical. You know, you owe 200,000 to 201,011 cents. You know exactly what you owe on that property. Yes,
I owe 200. That's how much.
You know, yes, you know how many payments you've made that year. You know exactly what you owe on that property. You need to retake the test.
Package of information, I'm gonna tell it to you. Information, are going to be about 20 minutes. If you have any questions, please let me know. Before I let you go, do you have any questions that I can help you with?
I got nothing else.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Right.
You need to sit in another quadrant. Yeah, I don't think you're C. I don't think you're C. Okay, does anybody else want to role play? Anybody else want to kind of see or have questions on what to look for with a certain personality?
I would think the other person.
Okay, you want to be a C or you want to be a D? You want to be a D? Okay, D. Okay, so Brandy, do you want to come up here with your I personality? I'll help you. I'll help you on your side. Okay, so we have D, and we're now going to have an I.
I'm all of them.
Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Brandy.
Hey, Brandy, this is Christine. I'm looking to put my home on the market. I want to see if I can get a consultation.
Absolutely. Are you available today?
Today's a little too soon. I could do tomorrow about 3 o'clock. Does that work?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, great. Do you need any information from me?
Absolutely. What's the address?
It's 123 Main Street.
Okay, cool. Have you looked at what kind of numbers you can get? Like, what are you thinking? Have you seen anything about listing the house, or you just wanted me to tell you?
Yeah, I kind of want to see, we're looking to move down the hill. We're thinking about listing about 550. We just want to see if that makes sense for us.
Okay, okay. So at that point, I would be like already looking at their house because I'm a stalker.
Right. Okay. So at this point, if I was full eye into that, I would be asking what has made you decide to sell your house?
Honestly, I think at this point we are, looking just to go into a different location. We're a little bit tired of the high desert, and yeah.
What made you get tired of the high desert?
We want more city-like. We're thinking about Rancho area, maybe Ontario a little bit just further down, just to be a little bit more, to things, right?
Okay. Okay. So now we booked the appointment. Now we're in person. Okay. Now we're sitting at the table. Okay. Or we're walking through the house. What would you do as an I personality? What would you do?
Okay, walking through your house. Can you take me on a tour of your house and show me kind of what you've done to the house? Tell me things that you love about the house. And right, yeah, I need to know things you love about it. Also tell me things you don't like, but I need to know things you love about it.
Okay, that was too much for me. Okay, my house is 5 years old. It's pretty new. It's a new build. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, has a pool, has a gazebo.
Okay.
3-car garage.
But tell me more. Tell me more. Like, why did you pick this decor?
You know, when we're shopping, we have the choice of, you know, getting something that wasn't upgraded compared to what was upgraded, and I just wanted to move in, have something easy, not deal with anything. It's ready to go. It's ready.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you this though. In that listing appointment, me asking things like that, and I'm asking things like that, like the decor stuff on purpose, because I'm in my full eye. How annoyed would you be?
I don't care about that. I don't.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So,
This is what I needed for my family. This is, you know, like my other one fell out of escrow, you know, it had to be fixed up. So I just found this new build and literally I didn't have to do anything. I just moved into it and it was great.
okay, so going through
Very
a quick tour would be the best option for you, correct?
Yeah, I'll just probably tell you like, hey, there's the bathroom there. You can quickly walk around, skim through it. It's still fairly new. Everything's pretty much upgraded.
Right. So if I'm asking you as an I personality, all these extra things, I'm now sitting at the table and I'm like, hey, so where did you get this tablecloth at? Like, how are you going to feel? Or how are you going to be ready to sign with me? Or you're,
I can't just look at the numbers. I can't get analytical sometimes. So I want to see the numbers. I want to see the days on market. I want to know what it's going to sell for. Obviously, I want to do really quickly what you do to sell homes. But if you send me that listing package and everything ahead, I'm going to look at everything and I already know what you do.
so how fast would you want to, if she did all of her homework as into implementing that D personality, walk through the house really quickly, sat at the table, how fast would you want as a D personality to sign that listing agreement?
In 20 minutes, I have D sent to like, hey, just sign because I've already done everything. So I want it immediately.
So you want no fluff.
To the point. Like, don't talk to me about, don't care. I just need to know that it's going to be done. And it might be well.
Right.
Right.
So as long as I prove to you that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Quickly, I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Sign the contract. You're signing it?
Yeah.
But do you really care? Like, are you really going to super dive into whether she knows what she's doing? Or if she acts quickly and has the process at least ready there for you, are you going to sign it?
If she has everything ready for me and I already know what she's going to do, she doesn't have to go into details. Then I would see that.
Okay.
So I would probably just sign that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's get another two D personalities up here. Jacqueline, Tracy, come on, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Jacqueline and Tracy, let's go. No, we'll talk about something else. But so who wants to be the listing agent? Jacqueline, you want to be the listing agent? You can be the client. You have a house. Okay. So now we have two D personalities. Okay. We have two really strong people who like what's going to happen? What would you do? You have a D. You're a D. We're both Ds. Now you're there. Bam.
This will be a quick, maybe not.
Right. So
Wait, who am I? Listing agent?
you're the listing agent. She's called you to sell her house. Where do you guys want to be? On the phone or on the phone?
So first I'm gonna call because I have no patience.
Right.
You know, like I can't drive over to you. I want to talk to you now. So I will most likely call you and say, hey, oh my gosh, I found the house in my dream, because I'm not gonna know to sell my house unless I've already got something planned that I know I want to move to already. I found the house of my dreams. I want to sell. What do you think I can get for my home? And really, that's all I want to know. I want to know if I have enough money for the new property and what my payment's gonna be. That's it. And
So then
I've already like you.
So then I would get straight to the point. I would let her know what her property was worth, ask her how much she owes. Run all the numbers for the breakdown. This is what you would roughly have to put down on your new property. And
Okay. So now we have a buyer and a seller here because you have to, and you are the real estate agent, correct? And so you both have that D personality. She, in the middle of the transaction, she's going to start saying, yeah, freaking out. And she's going to start dominating, but you're the expert in the field. So what do you do now?
dominating, like,
She's going to want to control everything. She's going to want everything done. Like she's going to say, I know the septic person, or I know this. She's the dominant personality, but so are you. So how do you bring your expertise? How do you bring your expertise?
particular septic company that you're referring to. And go from there.
Okay.
Because yes, well, I've worked with my company for X amount of years. I've never had any issues with them. I say,
I would let her like take over if you know it, and that's what you want, you go ahead, because you want also probably give them power that much day, right? She's right wrong.
No, I mean, and that's where the right, the struggle. There's
Even
because
like
I'm that way.
But in the same sense, like I would want you to have like know, because that's why I hired you. I hired you because I know you can take over,
And I
and I
trust
need that, and I trust you at that point.
Or we can get an estimate from both of them. Let's see what they both say, and then we'll compare both and then go from there.
Yeah.
You can make the
Right.
decision.
Mostly I want reassurance in my space, and I could tell you just an example of something I've actually gone through is when the appraisals came out. I'm like, this house, my house that I'm selling appraised for so low, and the house that I'm buying and
Appraised so high.
I'm going, this doesn't make sense. Like, and what my realtor did was assure me that she's already done the background, she understands the market, and this is normal feeling for me to have. It's okay. The way you're feeling right now is absolutely normal. And she reassured me that just calm down, take a break. Like, I've got this. So kind of sat me down and said, I've got this. And that was really all the reassurance I needed. Like, I wanted somebody to say, it's okay. How you're feeling is normal right
okay. Any questions on that, or anybody have any like
now. And she
ideas
knows
or
deep clients.
yeah? Oh, sorry.
Now. Like, you can see where the personality, like, people could almost have two when you're like,
Yeah.
say you could be like a high D, but then when you're stressed out, you could get really analytical.
Mhm.
Client, like upfront, like, I met a client where I was door knocking them. And they're like, yes, I did a flyer, I can't talk right now, like, she's gonna give me his number, right? Then I held an open house, he came in, she's like, I'm gonna see you, I'll give you my number. She came in, she left her number, I'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock, or Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Oh, okay, great. Well, I had to do the prequel, so when I'm talking to her and I'm doing the prequel, she's very quick and very short with me. And then, I was like on the phone with her for like literally like 9 minutes. And she wanted to hang up, like, I need to do my prequel before I go out, because I need to know why she's calling and what's going on, right? To get to the house, that deep personality really went down. And she started to open up a little bit more. She was more, now she's more concerned, like, hey, this is what I'm going through. There's health issues within the home. So their personality kind of pivots, like they have two where they can come off as the deep, but then they're really this. Or even on the phone, if you're ever cold calling, they're so like mean on the phone. You meet a person, they're like, hey, or at the door, oh my God, hi, how are you? Instead of cold calling them, they're just so, they are not in front, they don't hold the door, you know, and if they do, oh well, that's one, right? But I feel like personalities do change.
And so if you had only prepared, so you said you were on the phone with her for 9 minutes, you had determined she was a D personality.
Yeah.
And so if you would not have prepared completely or been able to pivot in that listing, because when you got in there, she changed, right? That's what you said. So if you weren't able to pivot and you stuck with only your D driver personality and D driver, yeah, you would, yeah. So did you end up getting that listing?
Was amazing. So, and even like as she was coming off as a D, like you almost do want to come off as a D, but then there was that one point where I was too much high, but where I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, this is what I actually meant, right? It's like, but you know, they still want to make sure that they're being taken care of, like you. They're like, I just want to know that I'm being taken care of, and that you as a realtor are going to take care of everything, and I don't have to worry.
So you guys, when you guys do take the test on one university, the one thing you're gonna see, it's gonna give you your natural and your adaptive.
Mhm.
Two scores. You're gonna have an high B, like mine's a high B, and I have high I. I'm opposite of Linda, but I could ramp up my eye really quick, feel my things, but then my natural D side of it comes out. Like you can't hold your adaptive that long. You have to know that. It's pretty much what you're seeing with someone. That's what you're gonna see. You might have a client to be, hey, I want to hit you, and then when you get once their natural state recognizes you, like, okay, hey, it might be an S or a C, they're loyal. They see that.
That's going to come.
That natural one comes back up, everything drops back down, and then you're able to adapt. And that's where you guys have to know, like, yeah,
right. And you have to be able to recognize that they shifted. Like you.
Now they're sharing things about you. before, it was totally cold, like, yeah, I don't have time right now. I'll do this. So you do the pre-qual, but that's why it is important to prep, right? Because sometimes you can have the two. If you send everything through an email, or you print it out, or you drop it off, you've done the whole thing, whether it's next sheet, the contract, send everything to them. So you can see that before I meet, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it. Your appointment will literally be 20 minutes. They've already prepared, you've already hit the DICS on what they're, because we provided the full package to them.
Mhm.
When you walk in, it's a clear cut. Like it's
Yeah. You want to provide all that. Does anybody else have any scenarios like what Christine was saying that we can analyze, that we can go through, that we can think about, like a phone call or appointment that was good, appointment that went bad, appointment you had to adapt in?
Today, actually, this whole past week, I'm in escrow right now for this land property, and it was listed at 125. I had it for over a year now, and we got an offer asking for 100 flat. So I went ahead and explained it and said, hey, I want to walk away with 100 grand. I want to walk away net 100 grand. Hey, let me counter, let me see what I could do. They said we'll only do about 110. That's for me in the middle, do 110. So called the guy, and the whole time it's always been like that relationship box. Like, hey, like he's like a very smart young man. I gave him the numbers. Nothing too crazy that has happened. Okay, so I told him like, hey, they're walking away with they want to offer 110, and you're gonna walk away with a little bit less, like 95, 96,000. Are you okay with that? It's close to 100 grand what you wanted, but it's we're walking away with 96, and that's everything. I assured him that's what you're walking away with. I have to sign everything that's gonna happen. He said yes. Okay, here we go. So we're going to where everything's going good, nothing too crazy. Long story short, they had to sign a bond for $80,000 because the previous owner did owner financing and never got the full repayment. So they were upset. They went from a relationship with me to complete dominance with me. Why wasn't this found out sooner? Who is this seller anyway? Why do I have to sign a bond? Why do I have to pay for the bond? Complete 180 me to where now I have to give kind of that dominant personality as well. Because now he's saying, you made me sign everything online. None of this was in person. I don't even know if you're trying to scam me now. I don't know if everything you said is true. So then I had to break out my numbers and then tell him, like, look, here's the net sheet. I told you this is what you're gonna walk away with. The bond was found out through escrow that wasn't even on the pre-nump. Like we found out like during escrow when the new pre-nump come up again. Because I had it for over a year. So it's been a while since the original. So we actually found the successor trustee of the previous owner and we assured him, like, look, you don't have to sign this bond. We found the successor to where they could go ahead and sign the full reconveyance. We could still go ahead and close. But that whole time he went from, oh, Eric's a nice guy, he answers my phone calls, cool, to hey, straight emails only. I need every document you ever sent me and I need to meet you in person. I told him that's fine. And that was the person at escrow. Let them know I'm not trying to do anything dirty. Signing everything online has always been a thing recently, like for the past like 5-7 years, everything could be signed online.
Right.
And I told every time you sign, it emails you a full copy of it too. So it's not like, oh, I'm having you sign it, I'm not giving a copy. No, I'm giving you a copy every time it's fully executed.
So basically under stress,
Yeah.
just like George was saying, that I personality is going to amp up right under stress. That sounds like a D and a C personality amped up really, really fast. And so you have to be able to adapt and be ready to give all of that information. The S is really trusting. Wants somebody trustworthy in there. But the C is where he was saying, give me all the paperwork, give me all the information, everything we've ever signed, everything we've ever did. And the D then was do it. So yeah.
Very dominant, like, hey, you're no longer gonna call me. I want everything in writing in emails and I want this and that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying is very dominant. But
So that sounds to me like a C personality, but that lost their data. So now they're in a spiral to where dominant is like taking
The
over and
forcefulness. Well, and what would you say his personality was from the beginning? Was it more like analytical, like
for an agent to sell my property, I had it for so long.
so maybe in the I and
once
I?
I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of it, like I don't have to worry about anything. So that's what I'm saying. It was like a very I, like kind of like
Maybe an S even.
those we didn't really care about the numbers too much. The biggest thing is that once I want to walk away with 100 grand. That's the only numbers he gave me. He didn't care about the paperwork. He didn't care about how much
So he's
I was gaining anything. Like I said, I just want more. Yeah. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
I was gonna say actually from what you're saying, again, we all have a little bit of all of it. But and maybe he's a little bit even on it, but you saw a certain, and then he got under stress. So boom, the others went up kind of there. So,
And guys, as an agent, I provided them with everything, and I made sure that everything I stated was true. I wasn't trying to scam them. I wasn't trying to do dirty, nothing like that. And I even showed them receipts of all the previous emails before. And then we're actually looking to report today, funny enough. And then the whole time after that incident, I just been emailing, reassuring, hey, look, we got the sign. Hey, you're meeting this person today. Just over and over, and then
right,
went back to the original personality.
right. Just,
It's not really a story, it's more of something that I realized with myself. I this is where I struggle. I absolutely hate pushing salesmen. I will literally block you.
you hate the D. You hate the D.
I am more caring, but it doesn't work for everybody that I just realized, like.
Right. Right. So C personalities, if that's your like primary as a real estate agent, and you don't have like a close secondary, you really have to be intentional in this industry, because that category in general tends to not be able to close. You are too afraid to even ask them to sign that listing agreement because you care too much. So you fear that. So you really are going to have to like step out of your comfort zone. So it's statistically, yeah. So you'll definitely have to step out of your comfort zone. Anybody else, anything else? So we're about done. Any other questions? Any questions for Linda Pope? Any questions for George? Any questions? Nope. Sir, I don't think I've met you actually.
I believe we met a couple weeks.
Okay.
Before Christmas.
Oh, I don't know. I come into office like once a year. So, yeah, happy New Year. Yeah.
Early years.
Yeah. Oh, all right. And nothing else? No other random questions?
The test, like, does it give us something like the slides so we can get more both of this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yes.
when you go into one university, it's actually a full course, and it does one just on D, one just on I, just.
Yeah, this is a sprinkle that you can really dive in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could be a personality too, yeah, or how confident they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just remember, you're gonna have a mixed number.
Yeah.
So my C and I are rated the highest, so my S and C are above 65%.
Right.
So you have to be able to adjust. You know that. So it helps out. So whenever the Pope yells at me, I can wait.
Yeah. 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 But I think there's a lot of people in this room that don't really know what your personalities are. Again, like I don't see any I in this woman right here at all. I don't. And so like I would consider you like a C personality, not an I at all. And so I really encourage you guys. Wow. Wow. So and again, maybe in a different environment, I would see that I in you. But I encourage you to be honest, because don't take it on who you want to be, who you perceive to be. Take it who you are. And then, yeah. Because, and then really, dive into it. There's so much meat in this. This is really a sprinkle of it. So any other questions or anything else? All right.
If you guys want to be defense, it is at one university. You go to Google it.
Yeah.
You could pay for like the more in-depth support and all this stuff. Yeah. So take it, and then you could.
Yeah.
You have very different, again, Google, you can DISC assessment. Some universities put it out for free. I've seen Pepperdine does it for free. So you can do that. Like I said, go into one university, just type in DISC, and it'll give you everything for you guys. It'll give you the classes, and it'll give you the test.
Be adaptable. Hit every point. Hit every color in your appointments. Every color. Be ready with all of them. All right. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yep. There's food. what is it? Chicken? Chicken. There's chicken. You're welcome.
I never shook your hand. I've seen you a couple times, but thank you for letting me do the open house. That
Yes.
last weekend.
Yes. Oh my gosh.